What's up YouTube? TechShot87. Today we are going to be reviewing the first H&K you have seen on the channel. I think it's a great example and I'm pretty excited to show this to you guys. We've been doing a lot of selling and trading and all this kind of stuff recently, and if you guys have been with us for any amount of time, we did the SIG P320 compact back in March. And I highly recommend the pistol. I will have another one, I can promise you that, but I had a very attractive offer to trade straight up for the VP9, and that's what I decided to do. We're not going to be the very first ones to do a review on this gun, but it should be pretty good, and just wanted to try one for myself anyways. So show you what you get out of the box here. Of course, you get all your paperwork. Very nice manual, actually. I kind of like this manual a lot. Normally I don't pay attention to it, but like it. This one does have the HK sticker, spent case, all that stuff. The gun typically comes with two 15-shot magazines, but I was able to get a third with the trade. They do use the P30 mags, by the way. So interchangeable back strap and side panels, and I'll show you that here in a minute, how to do that. But the H&K VP9, let Jenny show you that and close this box up real quick. The People's Pistol, not H&K's first striker fired polymer frame pistol, but it's the first one in a long time. And it's kind of neat. If you look back at the PO7s and stuff like that, they look really, really strange, but it's very neat, the history and stuff on them. Let's talk about some of the features on this gun. And the features on this gun, I feel like, cause some of the most controversy that I've ever seen around a pistol. Now, typically guys will argue about Glock versus M&P versus blah, 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 blah. But just the features on this gun alone cause people to get their panties in a bunch sometimes. I can tell you the best feature on this gun is the grip. The grip texture, the way it feels. If every grip texture was like that, I'd be in heaven. It's absolutely great. These little squigglies just really do a great job locking your hand in, and really like that. You do have slight finger grooves here in the front, but they don't really feel like they're finger grooves. It just kind of helps your hand lock in better. Front and rear slide serrations, this is pretty common from some of the pistols that we've seen, so if you do your press checks, it'll be easy to do that. 1913 style Picatinny rail here in the front. It's not proprietary to the H&K, which is nice. Ambidextrous controls on both sides of the gun, which is nice. If you're a lefty, you will appreciate that, I'm sure. Speaking of ambidextrous, this paddle release right here is fantastic. It's very similar to the PPQ that we did. There you can see it right there. But instead of most of the trigger guard being a paddle, it's just this one area, so that is very nice. Probably my second favorite feature. Now this, a lot of people don't like this. American shooters don't like it, but my thing for this and why I think it will work for me is if I have the gun like this is a full-size duty gun and I have smaller hands. So if I bang 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 shoot the gun, I have to camp my hand to about right here to even activate it if it was a regular magazine release or magazine button right here. Well, with this I can keep my position the way I am, drop my trigger finger, drop the magazine, put a new one in, and I'm ready to go. So this is great, and this is the first gun I've ever had with that on there, or that I've owned, and I absolutely love it already. Slide stop looks different on each side. This one is just very low profile. Just right here on the left side of the gun, you can actually see the exposed part of the bar. It feels kind of flimsy, to be honest with you, but I guess it works just fine. Let's talk about these ears. This is another thing that I've seen people arguing back and forth. I actually like it. They're little polymer ears. You can change them, but just racking the slide with that on there is actually really nice. I can definitely see a use going over the top, pulling from down here. One thing to keep in mind is that not everybody has a lot of dexterity and strength in their hands. So if this helps them rack the slide and get a better grip on it, then that's a good thing. They're removable, so I see it as a benefit. This gun is loaded with options, and that's what I like. Let's break it down really quick, then we'll talk about the sights and the trigger. To break it down, lock the slide to the rear, rotate your lever down, hang on to the slide. Do not need to pull the trigger, comes right off. There's a couple things that are different in here as well. As you can see, most of the red paint is gone. The guy I traded said he put about 300 rounds through it. So, and then here is your barrel. It is a polygonal barrel, and I was doing some research on H&K. They have stated, according to them, that one of their polygonal barrels has lasted through 90,000 rounds. That's according to HK. Don't know, but either way, it's pretty impressive. Of course, you don't want to do lead reloads through this because it can build up in the polygonal. But the striker block, or the firing pin block, normally what I'm used to seeing is a plunger. On this one, let me grab this real quick. On this one, you can see you have this little mechanism that just kind of moves out of the way and allows the striker to go forward. So very different looking as opposed to that plunger. Also, one thing I was unable to find any kind of information about is this little wire, little cable wire. You can kind of see it moving in there on the side of the frame in there. If you guys know anything about that, let me know, because I'd like to know why this is used, and I don't know, I just thought it was different. So if you know anything about that, drop me a comment. I'd appreciate it. So it doesn't exactly look like most of the polymer guns that we see, striker fire guns, but definitely looks solid. Big old steel rails there right in the front. Let's put it back together. Some of the specs on this gun, you see how that was going to work. Put the barrel back in. The construction seems great. Now, do I feel more like an operator, tactical guy because I have an H&K? Not really. But I do think it is a very nice gun. Of course, that may change once we shoot it. It may be the best shooting gun I've ever owned. Some of the specs: it has a 4.9 inch barrel. Lay that down real quick so Jenny can let you take a look. 4.9 inch barrel, 7.3 inches overall length, 5.4 inches with the magazine and height, 1.3 inches at its widest point, and 25.5 ounces with an unloaded magazine. The weight is actually pretty impressive for the size of the gun. It does have two 15-shot magazines that it comes from the factory. This is about the size of a Glock 17 though, which holds 17 rounds, so it's kind of light on the rounds. I heard it was because of import restrictions. But I could say it definitely looks like a very nice pistol, and I'm anxiously ready to shoot this thing. Of course, we will take you guys along with us when we do that. The sights are steel and they are luminescent. I'll show you whenever it gets dark how these actually work, but you really have to put a light on them. Let me put this light on here real quick. But you have to put a light on them. So although they do glow in the dark, this is not really an advantage. They don't glow bright enough at night to really justify anything, and during the day they pick up a little bit, but not much. You may be able to see a difference right there, but they're just kind of weird. I'd prefer tritium inserts any day. Even like the Sig-Light night sights, man, those things were great. You could see them in the day and they were super bright at night. So don't really like the sights. I think tritium factory replacements are available. So here you go. I just charged these up and you can see they glow pretty bright. But there's not a lot of use for that, because you're not going to be able to charge these if you have to use these in low light conditions. I tried to show you before, they actually do glow in the dark without any light source, but it was just way too dim to even be able to pick up. So that's what I'm saying. Tritium inserts would definitely be way better than this. It's just kind of junky. They do glow really bright when you put a light source on them, but doesn't do you a lot of good when it's sitting beside the bed at night. So there you go. SRP on this gun is $719, but I've seen them on sale as low as like $549 even. I'm trying to think. I think it was Palmetto State Armory has these on sale this weekend for $549. So that is a super good price on this pistol. It does have a striker indicator in the back. You can see that little red painted. That's basically the back of the striker there. Once you release the striker, try to show you that. Okay. It goes away. So you can't feel it or anything. You can just look down and see that. So let me show you guys how this works real quick. We'll grab the large back strap. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like. I really love how H&K did this. I know it's been on the P30. Basically, you just push this little pin out right there. Push it from either side. Okay, the pin comes out, and then you slide your back strap down, and your panels slide off to the back. Okay. If you want to go large, now we have the small on there, but if you want to go large, you can do that as well. Yeah. You really have to make sure these are lined up well, but once you get them lined up, it's pretty easy. And we'll go with the large one on this side. I've watched a bunch of reviews on this gun before I even considered getting one, and I think Collion Noir said it best. It looks like the gun Batman would carry if Batman carried a gun. It really does. It just kind of has that look to it. But you can see once you put your pin back in, you can see how much it actually changes the grip there. That's huge. Too big for my hands, too big for Jen's. But the option to do that, even with the side panels, is really great. I think there's like 27 different ways you can configure this. Smaller on one side, large on the other, however you want to do it. So really nice. This gun is full of options, and that's what I really love about it. It may not be any better than any of the guns we've ever done, but I tell you what, I do like the options that this gun offers you. To see this kind of gun in a compact version, holy crap. Now, I haven't shot it yet. I can tell you it feels good. I love the magazine release. I love the way the grip feels. I actually do love these charging supports. So this gun in a subcompact, you know it's coming. I think they just released the P30 subcompact. So you know the VP9 will have its version eventually. But man, what a gun. It just really feels great. And of course, when we go shooting, we'll take you guys along with us to see how it performs. The previous owner, he was the first owner of this gun. He said there was about 300 rounds put through it, and he seemed to really like it. The final thing I wanted to show you guys is the trigger. That's probably what most of you have been waiting for. The trigger does have a little dingus right there, kind of like the Glock and Springfield and other ones that we've seen. You hit a wall right here, and then you have a nice clean break. There's a little bit of creep there. Let me show you the reset here. Right there, and you're ready to go again. So the trigger seems to be nice. I know a lot of people compare it to the PPQ, which we have done a review on. We'll see how it goes whenever we go to shoot it. Don't want to say too much on it right now, but it does seem like it is pretty nice. So we talked about the features of the gun. Of course, when we go to shoot this thing, we will take you guys along with us. But right off the bat, I can tell you this ambidextrous, or this magazine release, I absolutely love it. The grip texture, absolutely love it. The charging gears, I think they do serve a purpose. I forgot to mention the extractor doubles as your chamber indicator. It will light red over here, kind of like the F&S, or you can see the red part of it when you have a round in there. I think it's a great option for concealed carry. maybe not so much. Home defense and range use. Haven't shot it yet, but I assume it's probably going to be a great little shooter. This is kind of like the 320 for me. You know, I see it in the safe and I just like, man, I don't want to leave this home because it looks so good, it feels so good. But then you just kind of, it may be a little bit too big. I don't know. If I keep it long enough, if I like it after I shoot it, I may get a holster. I may try it. But it's just one of those guns, you just look at it and you're like, man, I want to take it, but generally I will not. But I do like what I see here. Like I said, do I feel more like an operator? Do I feel better because I have an H&K now? No. I'll tell you right now, the 320 is one gun that will be back in my collection. I absolutely love the 320, guys. I know I've said that quite a bit, but I do, and I will be comparing kind of how I feel to the 320 more than the PPQ because I have more experience with it. Love the grip texture, love the magazine release. I think this is going to be great. Make sure you guys subscribe. The next video review, which is coming this week, is going to be huge. The gun we're reviewing is unlike anything we've ever done, and maybe unlike anything you've ever seen before. So very excited about it. We will see you next time when we take this thing to the range, and we will take you guys along with us. We appreciate all the support and everything you guys do for us. We will see you guys next time, and as always, hold them down.